I'm going to talk about Trump's return. He's coming back. I said he was coming back when he left the first time, and I've always stood on that. It's just that I was really immature about timing. Totally repent. But I knew he was. And here's why. There is only like a Joseph who has been anointed to be a master problem solver in a time that they needed Joseph to be a master problem solver. I can only imagine Joseph, for those 7 years of plenty, gathering all people's things, 20% of everything that brought in. I can only hear the people. How greedy is this guy? He's so greedy. All he talks about is money. All he talks about is wheat. All he talks about is getting what we've grown for these past 7 years and taking it back to Egypt. But he knew something. He knew something was coming. He got divine revelation about how to prepare. That's a master problem solver. Trump has to come back because what is ahead financially, economically, only he can fix. Only he can fix. And he cannot fix it to the point where we're ever going to be great again. He's going to fix it divinely because it's going to get us to 2030. Because it cannot completely collapse on us because the timing's off. In my opinion, the timing's off. The beast system cannot rise yet, although it's wanting to. We are having an invasion in the southern border. It is no longer just an immigration crisis. We are being invaded. It is not just Hispanics coming across the border. It is European people. It is Middle Eastern people. And it is everybody coming in through the southern border because they know they absolutely can, and there's no stopping it. It will be millions, to the point where our infrastructure, on top of our inflated prices, on top of all of the ballooning economically that they've done, is going to crash the system. There's only one person that can fix this. But we need to pray for him because he's tired. They have thrown so much at him that it's hard for him to have strength to fix something that's so broken, because not only will he have to have divine revelation on how to get it somewhat on track, they're going to throw at him, this is his fault. You did this. It's your fault we're in this condition. It's your fault we've been invaded. So while he's trying to fix things, he's going to have that on him as well. We need to pray for this man. He doesn't need the job. He never needed the job. He's a billionaire. But they have taken his businesses away. They have tried to put him in prison. They have taken things from him. We all know, without getting into the details, that the election was a crowned election. It wasn't a free election. We know that. The person in office now was crowned to be there. No matter what you think about him, his assignment wasn't finished. The beast system and the famine to come, the 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, in my opinion, timing-wise, has to be after 2030. So Trump being in office and fixing what is left of what will be broken between now and 2025, 26, 27, maybe he's getting things together. 29, 2030. We're kind of back on track, but it's never like we're gonna say it's not like it was. Saudi Arabia is building this smart city. The city of Neom. It's not going to be ready until 2030. You see. We have about 5 years to get together places of Goshen, apostolic hubs that the Lord is building just supernaturally. It's not anything that we have to build. The Lord is doing it. But the Lord has called certain people to build Goshens. Because what's after 2030 is hard. We think it's going to be hard now until 2029, 2030. It will be almost impossible to operate without the system. Neom will be up and ready. That's that smart city that the prince is building. The digital system will be in place. The cryptocurrency situation will be in place. A lot of the little cryptocurrencies will probably disappear, and we'll have a few ones that we are using primarily. But this is where we're headed. So I don't like to just say this is the word for 2024, because this is more like the Lord is just giving us a snapshot. It's a crescendo into his return. But we can kind of get an idea and take it off in bite-sized pieces as we get there. So with 2024, just be sure that you are seeking the Lord as far as the finances that start coming in. They're going to come in. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We can breathe for a little bit. But know that that is for a purpose. And we'll have to check, always check, because greed, that little demon of greed, is right behind us all the time. Oh, I want to go to Disney World. I want to go on this vacation. I want to go on that vacation. I need a new car. I need a da-da-da-da. Right? Wisdom. Those things, and the Lord wants us to have nice things. He wants our lives to be easier. But just in your mind, go, wait a second. This is kind of supernaturally odd that this keeps coming in. Okay, Lord, okay. All right, if I don't have a plan on exactly what to build with this right this second, where do I put it to be a safe haven? I'm going to give you some tips. So write this down. I want you guys to look into food stocks, wheat stocks. Start looking into water stocks. Water is going to be a big deal.